Good morning, Stuart. Good morning, Lisa. Good morning, Lee. Good morning, good morning, good morning. We have rain. Hello, everybody. Stuart says I'm first. Me. Lisa says, good morning, sweet friend. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Stuart. Magnetic North. Hi, Stuart. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Magnetic North. Lee, how are ya? Hello, Stuart. And he says, Magnetic, this is Stuart. The Fisherman's Lodge is our friend Stuart. We have rain going on, guys. Rain. It's supposed to rain quite a bit, I guess. Lisa says first, yay. Stuart says, hey, Lisa. Oh, good morning, Lee. Lisa, morning, Daisy. Don't worry about typos. No worries. You're okay, Kaylee, but my name is spelt with an EW, not a UA. There you go. Lisa says, good morning, Stuart. Bradley Cooper's here. Hi, Bradley. Hi, Bradley. How you doing, buddy? Good morning, good morning. Yeah, we have some rain going on. Stuart says, I was the first here this morning. Oh, thanks, Stuart. How are ya? Stuart says, hey, Bradley. Lee says, okay, I remember. I do apologize. Lee, don't even worry about it. Don't even give it a second thought. Well, good morning. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Happy Wednesday. I'm going to grab my tea. Hold on. All right. I think I forgot to sugar it. Bradley says, hey, fisherman. Magnetic says, hi, Bradley. Seti, hi, Seti. Welcome. Hello, hello. Stuart says, I watched an awesome thunderstorm in Arizona this morning. Oh, really? Wow. Well, if you stick around, we're going to get some bad ones, too, pretty soon. I forgot to sugar my tea, you guys. Look at, I gotta go put some sugar. I need some sugar. Stu says, it's okay, Lee, my brother, no worries. Bradley says, hey, North, how are you doing? Fisherman says, hey, Seti. Lisa says, good morning, Seti. Brylan Farm, hey, girl. I was thinking about you this morning. I'm like, I need to play her stream all day for her. I'm gonna put that on. Hi, Stacy, welcome. Stuart says, I'm good, Daisy May. Oh, that's good. I'm glad to hear that you are good. Seti says, hi, Magnetic. Seti says, hi, Lisa. Stuart says, hey, Brylan Farm. Lee says, I have dyslexia, so I'm sorry if I get words mixed up. Oh, that's okay, Lee. Don't worry about it. Hi, Crow. Now that's the spot I'd love to park my boat. Yeah, there's a nice boat right here. Is your boat like that? See that beautiful boat? Look at the cabin in that boat. That's a big cabin. Crow, welcome. Fabian, hi. Hello from Paris. Paris. I've never been to Paris. Oh, that's not true. I was in Paris, but I was only at the airport. Had a layover in Paris. Crow says, best wishes from Maine. Hey, I have a friend in Maine. His name is Greg. Welcome, welcome from Maine. Welcome. Seti says, hi, Brylan Farm. Magnetic North says, hi, Brylan Farm. Seti says, hi, Crow. Magnetic North Adventures also says, hi, Crow. Seti says, hi, Fabian. So does Magnetic North say, hi, Fabian. Lisa says, hi, Brylan Farm. Seti says, hi, Bradley. Brylan Farm, hi, friends. Missed you while on vacay, mine and yours. No worries at all. How was your vacation? I'm so happy you had a vacation. Relic, first time on your channel. Checked your videos and seen you were in my hometown. I live, no way. You live 5 minutes from the Bill Stadium? My son lives on California Road. Relic 187. My son lives on California Road in Orchard Park. Get out of town. Go Bills is right. I love it. Brylan says, thanks for the welcome back. Oh, welcome back, Stacy. Sadie says, hi, Relic. Fabian says, raining today in France, too. Where are you? Yes, I'm in the USA. This is Florida. Florida, USA. Magnetic North Adventure says, hi, Relic. The Fisherman's Lodge says, I helped out a friend who wanted a horizontal live stream. She was vertical, so I showed her how to do it. Oh, that's good. Lee says, hope you're all well. Sadie says, hello, Fisherman's Lodge. Hi, Andy. Andy said, hi, miss. What's happened? It's wet. Yeah, it's pouring. Well, it's not pouring. It's a sprinkle. But we're going to get a lot of rain. Sadie says, hi, Andy. Relic says, I live on Abbott. No way. We were just home. We were just in Buffalo last week. We were on Grand Island. We were in Tonawanda. We went out to the new stadium. Welcome. Hi, Relic. Welcome, welcome. Oh, I love it. A fellow Bills person. I love it. Bills Mafia, baby. Fabian said, I would like to live near the water. No mosquitoes? No, see, we're screened inside. See? It's a screened, we're screened in. No buggies. No bugs. Andy says, hi, Sadie. The new guy. Nice to you. Hi, new guy. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, everybody. Lee says, hi, Lee says, hi, Magnetic North, I'm sorry, is Lee. He says, hi to the new guy. Sadie says, hi, new guy. Stuart says, hello, everyone I missed in chat. Welcome, everybody, welcome. It's usually really pretty and sunny, but today it's rainy. Buffalo is amazing. That's right, Relic. Hey, Relic, look at. Da 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 da. My friend Relic 187. Can you see your screen right now? Do 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 do. Da 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 da. My water bottle. That is so awesome. Andy says, LOL, what's better than drinking your tea to find you forgot sugar? I know, I gotta go get some in it. The new guy says, hello, Magnetic, good evening. Hi, new guy. MB, welcome. MB, haven't seen you. I've seen you over in Stardashians. Welcome, welcome. Good morning, Daisy and chat. Another beautiful morning. We have a rainy morning, young lady. We have rain. But it's kind of nice. Go Bills, that's right, Relic. Oh, I love you. You have to come back and visit us. Thank you so much. Go Bills. I love it. Magnetic North says, hi, MB. The new guy says, hello, Seti. Good morning. Seti says, hello, MB. Relic says, is there a lot of Bills fans in Florida? Yes. Yes, there is. There's tons. Eddie says, MB says, hi, Seti. Tina says, hi. Hi, Tina. Welcome. Now I see the raindrops. Yeah. Yeah, we have rain, but that's okay. We don't mind rain. Sadie says, hello, Tina. Lisa says, hi, Tina. MB says, good morning, Magnetic North Adventures. All right, folks, I have to go put some sugar in my tea. I can't drink it without sugar. Give me 1 minute, okay? Hey, Relic, are you still here? The new guy says, hello, Miss Daisy May. Good morning. Good morning, the new guy. Welcome. Hey, Relic, are you still here? I want to show you something. Brylan Farm says, hi, Tina. Brylan says, and Lisa over here. Lisa, Lisa, Lisa. Lisa, welcome. Andy says, LOL, that will teach you no sugar. You got it right. The whole month of May has been brutal here. 50s and, yes, I know it. I know it. Look, Relic, look. It's my new tablecloth. Okay. All right, I'll stop talking Bill stuff, you guys. We have a Bills fan in the house. Yeah, it's supposed. My mom was at the cemetery yesterday. They sent me a picture. It looked like a nice day yesterday, too. MB says, good morning, Brylan, Lisa, and new guy. MB, how you doing, girl? Lisa says, hi, the new guy. Magnetic North says, Bryland Farm, hope you had a great vacation. Tina says, hi, Stacy. MB says, pretty like the stripes. It's very summery. It's Bill Zubas. Yes, ma'am. The new guy says, hello, MB, good morning. Tina says, Robin, Tharja is bringing curses up in Florida today. No curses in Florida, no. MB says, I'm good. Still recovering from the races over the weekend, but they were fun. I got a bad sunburn. What kind of races, young lady? Brian says, I did magnetic, thanks. Lovely tablecloth. Oh, it's Bill Zubas. It's Bill Zubas. It's Bill stuff. Tina says, we're going to stop her. Yeah, we're going to have some bad weather. This morning it's supposed to get very bad. The new guy says, hello, Lisa smiles. Good morning. Relic says, I love to see it. You are a diehard fan like me. You got it, buddy. I have more I can show you. I have so much more. MB says, I went to the Detroit Grand Prix with my family. It was a wonderful race, very fast. Wow. That's awesome, MB. I've never been to a Grand Prix race. Sonal says, Daisy May. Hi, Daisy May. Sonal, how are you, buddy? Sonal's here. Everybody say good morning to Sonal. MB says, hi, Sonal. And Magnetic North Adventure says, good morning, Sonal. Good morning, good morning. Okay, I have to go. Last year in the stadium. Yes, yes, it is. Yes, it is. Lisa says, no curses, just, you're just love and friendship. Love and friendship. We're putting that up, Lisa. Sonal says, Sonal laughs a lot as well as the signaler is here. Sonal laughs a lot. And the signaler. You sound like a wrestler. Magnetic says, MB sounds cool. Sonal says, hi, Lee. Lisa says, good morning, Sonal. Good morning, and good morning, everybody. MB says, love that, Lisa. Me too. Tharja, bring love and friendship, not curses. Thank you, Tina. Thanks, Tina. All right, this girl has got to get some sugar in her tea, if you know what I mean. The new guy says, hello, Sonal. Lisa, Sonal, are you well, brother? Uh-oh. Here comes the winds. Andy says, have a great day, miss, and chat. Got a lawn to cut. Don't forget your sugar. Thank you, Andy. Everybody say bye to Andy. Andy, have a great, wonderful day. And have fun mowing the lawn. Thank you for stopping in, Andy. Sonal says, hi, Lisa smiles a lot. And Sonal says, hi, Lisa, all is good. Hi, Lee, all is good. Sonal says, hi, the new guy. Magnetics is glad to hear that, Sonal. All right, I'm going to run and grab the sugar. Stay right there. All right, I got the sugar. Sonal says, when Lisa is here, she always helps me smile a lot. The new guy says, bye, Andy. Tina says, storm's coming, Lucina. The sorcerer is coming, she helps. And we got the sugar bowl. Sugar. Honey. Relic says, have a good day. I'll be back. Thank you, Relic. I will check out you as soon as I'm done on this stream, too. Thank you so much. And go Bills, buddy. Go Bills. Sonal says, take care, Andy. Coco, hi, Coco. Coco says, good morning, Daisy May. Hello, beautiful Coco. Everybody say hi to my friend Coco. Magnetic North Adventure says, later, Relic. Magnetic says, good morning, Coco. Sonal says, Relic, take care. Yeah, it's a fellow Buffalonian, you guys. Boom. We are locked together. Coco says, hi, Magnetic. I need to sugar my tea, folks. MB says, good morning, Coco. Coco says, hi, Sonal. Coco, how you doing, girlfriend? Good to see ya. Good to see you, Coco. Hey, Coco, do you still have your ocean water? I've been spraying it a lot, like on my face when it's so hot. I love it. Handmade and homegrown. Good morning, everyone. Hello, handmade and homegrown. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Coco says, I'm very good, thank you. I'm good. I'm glad that you're good. Lisa says, Sono, you're too sweet. So are you, Lisa. Lisa's sweet. So's Coco. So's Sono. So's Lee. Tina says, also, she gets better curses than Tharja. She gives enemies a 3-day running nose. Coco says, yes, I love it. Me too. I'm glad you do. Good. Sono says, at least I made good use of the emojis before my membership expired. And that's another thing, you guys. I changed the memberships yesterday. All the memberships are just 99 cents. There's just one level, and you get all the perks for 99 cents. Now, that is a bargain. Because I work super hard on making good stuff for you guys. Sono, you'll win one. You'll be gifted one any day now. The Fisherman's Lodge, Sono, my dearest brother. And the new guy says, hello, good morning, Coco. John P., Daisy, I'm at the beach. 1 in the afternoon, big hugs. Love the Daisy with the red dress. Great. Hi, John P., welcome, welcome. Happy Wednesday. Enjoy the beach. John says, hey, Stuart. Sono says, hi, Stuart. Coco says, hi, the new guy. The Fisherman's Lodge says, JP, my dearest brother. John P. says, Lisa says, hugs. John sending love hearts. Thank you, John. Magnetic North says, welcome to Love Hearts. Thank you. Yeah, if you were a member yesterday, you may have lost your membership because I canceled out all the tiers and I started over. Thank you, Lee. Welcome. Coco says hi to Stuart. Tina says, oh. John P. says, hey, Sono. Sono says, hi, Magnetic. Nice. Tina says, welcome to the memberships. Yes, Lee, welcome. Go to the post tab and play the games, everybody. Sono says, hi, John P. John says, hey, Coco, with love. Fisherman's Lodge says, hey, Coco. MB says, woohoo, welcome, Magnetic. Lisa says, hey, John P. Coco says, hi, John P. Lee's using emojis. Thank you, Lee. Sono says, hi, MB. MB says, hi, Stuart. Magnetic North Adventures. Lee says, hi, John P. The Fisherman's Lodge says, hey, B. John says, emblem. I think John means MB. MB says, hi, John. John says, hey, B. John says, hey, Magnetic. With some emojis. You know, John P's always using emojis. We love them. Tina says, hi, Sono. John says, hey, Relic. Brylan says, any plans for the day? I'm hoping this afternoon that we can do a golf cart ride. My husband's off today. So we may do a golf cart ride this afternoon. It's supposed to get nice. We'll see, Stacy. Thank you so much. John says, guys, hugs. Bushka supporter. Hi, Bushka supporter. Hi, Daisy May. Bushka supporter. Say hi, everybody. Sono says, hi, Tina. John says, hey, Andy. Tina says, Sono, please join Chrome and Lucina in battle against Kyogre. No, Tina. No, no, no. Coco says hi to Tina. Tornadoes. No, we don't want that stuff. Mm-mm. John P. says, hey, Brylon Farm. Magnetic North says, Daisy, thank you for making easy love. We can all join. Thank you, Lee. You know what? And that's exactly why I did it. Because it's just 99 cents. I like it. More people can afford it. More people get to see the members-only content, as well as some of the members-only posts. So welcome, Lee. Thank you so much. John says, hey, Brylon Farm. Magnetic North Adventure says, hi, Bushka. Welcome, welcome, and happy Wednesday, everybody. It's Wednesday, June 4th. Bushka says, hi, Magnetic. Magnetic, it's perfect. Thank you, Lee. I appreciate that. That makes me feel good. I wasn't feeling good the way it was before. It was bothering me. So I had to change it. MB says, hi, Bushka supporter. Brylon Farm says, hello, John P. Bushka supporter says, hi, Brylon Farm. Handmade and Homegrown sent 10 members. Thank you, Handmade. Phoenix Fireside, Thumbelina, Calvin. Bushka, my friend Bushka. Mr. Z got one. Brylon says, hello, BS. Ha. Dashing Womble got one, too. Gilbert. Tina says, oh, my God. Michael Fike, Brandy, and Poker. Oh my God, thank you so much. Handmade and homegrown, thank you so much. So says Tina, tell Chrome to use a master ball. We have 10, 11 new members, you guys. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Handmade and homegrown, that's amazing. Thank you so much. Bushka supporters says hi, everyone in chat. Magnetic North says congratulations to all. Congratulations to all is right. Thank you. John P says hi, Rossi. Bushka says hi, everyone in chat. John says love to Bushka. Magnetic North says hi, homegrown, and you're so kind. Very kind, and not only kind, but giving. Thank you so much. MB says, woohoo, welcome new members with emojis. Thank you. Use those emojis, you guys. Use them. Please use them. Brylan says, how sweet, handmade, crafty. Thank you, Brylan. Isn't that sweet? And Handmade and Homegrown says, thank you, Miss Daisy, for all you do. Aw, thank you so much. It made me cry. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. I'm working so hard on the channel, you guys, to make it fun. Thank you, Handmade Homegrown. Thank you so much. John says, handmade with love. Kyogre wants Chrome so bad it wants you to catch it. Tina, I don't know anything about all that stuff. You know I don't know that. I'm an old lady. I know nothing about Kyogre or any of that. But I'm sure people here do know. Magnetic says, Daisy, we love you. Keep doing what you do. Aw. Thanks, Lee. You too. You too, everybody. You guys are all amazing people. I'm honored. I'm honored. Honestly, I'm honored. Someone says, hi, Handmade. Hello, 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 everyone. Thank you so much, you guys. Thank you, thank you. Happy Wednesday, folks. Happy Wednesday. You help so many of us, and I appreciate you. Aw, I appreciate you too. Thank you. I do try to help as many of you as I can. We all help each other. All of us help each other. Thank you, Handmade and Homegrown. It's so, so sweet. Abigail says, hi, home. Magnetic says, Daisy, you're not old. As you have a young heart, you're only as old as you feel. Aw, thank you. I'm in my 60s, you guys. Magnetic says, hello to Abigail. Yeah, I'm in my 60s. It's even crazy to say I'm in my 60s. Like, who says that? But all of a sudden you are, right? Abigail says, hey, everyone. Lee says, hello, Abigail. Abigail says, I'm doing amazing. I'm sure you are, young lady, and I'm so glad to have you here. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys are the best. 60, yeah. Isn't it crazy, Handmade? Like, you're so busy, you know, living your life, boom, 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 raising kids, working your jobs, whatever. Kids got school. And all of a sudden you wake up and you turn 60 and you're like, what? How did that happen? Exactly, not old. Wait till you're 90. Then you can say you're older, but not old. My mom's almost 90. My mom is almost 90. And I don't consider her old because she's my mom. Handmaid says, yes, exactly. Right, Handmaid? I feel ya. Thank you again, everybody. Thank you, thank you. Lee and Magnetic North Adventures and Handmade and Homegrown, thank you so much. It is Wednesday, June 4th, everybody. Someone says I would have given 4,000 memberships. If I get to pick who gets the members, everyone will be on the list. That would be great, Sonal. Right? Can you imagine having or giving 4,000 gifts? I can't even imagine. If I ever have that kind of money, believe me, I would gift it to every member I have. I'm sorry, every subscriber I have. I would give them all one. Someone says if YouTube has the 4,000 ads, right? I don't know what it goes up to. It's crazy. Well, I gotta say welcome, welcome everybody. It's Wednesday, June 4th, 2025. It is 8:27 a.m. in the United States on the east coast of Florida. And we have 76 degrees with rain. Look at rain. Rain. All right, we're stuck with the rain. That's okay. We'll take it. So almost as if I have that kind of money, it would take me forever to read the names. Right, Total? Exactly. Magnetic's only 1 month till 4th of July. Yes. Lee, you know what the 4th of July is? You know, you want to know what the 4th of July is? It's my son's birthday. It's my son's birthday. Flanadian. Hey, Nina. Welcome. Nina says, good morning, Kelly. This view never gets old. Thank you, Nina. Welcome. Good to see you, young lady. Sonal says, hey, Flanadian. Flanadian says, hey, Sonal. We have rain, Nina. Look at it's raining. We have some rain. Devin. Devin's here. Devin says, hello from work. Hi, Devin. Brylan says, darn, on hubby's day off, it rains. Oh, my hubs is off today too, Brylan Farm. I really wanted to go do something fun, but maybe not. Da, 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 da. Magnetic says, hi, Flanadian. Someone says, well, my birthday is the 23rd. No way. You're a ruby baby. A ruby. July is a ruby birthstone. Awesome, Sonal. The Flanadian says, hey, Magnetic. Magnetic says, hi, Devin. Devin, hey, buddy. Bushka says, hi, Daisy May. Hello, Bushka. We have Bushka and we have Bushka supporter. Welcome, welcome. Coco says, hi, Nina. Sonal says, hey, Devin. The Flanadian says, hey, Coco. Bushka says, blessings, everyone. Thank you, Bushka. Our friend Bushka's from Ireland. You know him. Coco says, hi, Bushka. The Flanadian says, nap weather. Yes. My husband's off today and he's still in bed with Daisy. Magnetic says, Daisy has blessed on 4th of July. Yes. My son was born on the 4th of July. Yeah. He was the first boy baby born on the 4th of July. The Flanadian says, hey, Bushka. Tina says, my birthday is in November. GUILHERMEAMORIM said hi. I don't know how to say your name. Let me try. Gilherm? Guilherme? Can I call you Guy? Can I just call you GUY? Well, welcome, welcome. Bushka says, thank you for the membership, Handmade and Homegrown. Yeah, they just did some memberships, you guys. I changed my memberships. Everything is straight across the board. One price, one tier. That's it. Everybody gets the same thing. It's easier for me to concentrate on giving you what I want to give you and not have to worry about what this tier gets and that tier gets. Everybody, it's all one tier, 99 cents. Thank you so much for being a member. Yes, Handmade and Homegrown did memberships. Thank you so much. Bushka says, hi, Coco. Coco says, hi, Abigail. Bushka says, hi, Nina. The Flanadian says, I will be 55 in 3 weeks. You're still in your 50s. You're still just a baby, Nina. Someone says, he will be lucky to have fireworks on his birthday. Yes. We always had a big 4th of July party, and we always bought tons of fireworks because it's my son's birthday, not because it's the 4th of July. Justin Hill. Hi, Justin. How are ya? Handmade and Homegrown says, you're welcome, Bushka. Someone says, my finger accidentally hit the send button. LOL. That's okay. Nina says, true, Sonal, what a day to be born. Yeah. It's funny because my son was born on the 4th of July, and his son was born on New Year's Day. How weird is that? Magnetic North says, hi, Justin. Toolman. Hi, Toolman. This thing called life is all about giving. Give and you shall receive a blessing. That's life. That is absolutely true, Toolman. We have to pin you up there because yes, yes, yes. Bushka says, I called in to say hi and thanks, but busy. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Thank you, Bushka. Thank you. You have a wonderful day as well. Everybody, stop in and say hello to Bushka. Magnetic North Adventure says, hi, Toolman. The Flanadian says, haha, I wish Kelly in my body says otherwise. I hear you, Nina. Magnetic North says, have a great day, Bushka. Lisa says, hi to Gil Hermie. Sonal says, hey, Toolman. Devin says, hi, Lisa. Coco says, bye, Bushka. Take care, Bushka. Have a good day, buddy. Nina says, hey, Lisa. Tina's still talking about stuff. I have no idea what she's talking about. Sonal, Chrome can only use the Master Ball on one from red, blue, and yellow. Magnetic North says, hi, Gil Hermie. Sonal says, hi, Gil Hermie. The Flanadia says, take care, Bushka. Brylan Farm says, welcome, Gil Hermie. Sonal says, Tina, Toolman says, hello, everyone, good morning. The Flanadia says, hey, Toolman. Welcome, everybody. Toolman is my husband. Oh, fantastic. Handmade, homegrown, and Toolman. Nice, nice. Thank you all. And don't forget, please hit that like button. Thank you. Okay, handmade, homegrown, and Toolman. Gotcha. Okay. Lisa says, hi, Devin, and hi, Nina. Nina says, hey, homegrown. Da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da. Lisa says, hi, Devin. The Flanadia says, hey, homegrown. Sonal says, Toolman, I subbed. Coco sending love emojis. Thank you, Coco. Sonal sending love emojis too. Thank you, Sonal. The Flanadia says, oh, homegrown, I'm going to love your channel. Isn't this beautiful? This is the channel, you guys. This is handmade and homegrown. Lovely. Isn't it lovely, you guys? Look at Garden Watch Live, hummingbirds and goats playing. You get over there and check out my friend Handmade and Homegrown. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right. That would be great. Thank you, guys. The Flanadia says, oh, homegrown, love your channel. Magnetic North says 18 in and 13 likes. Oh, thank you, everybody. Thank you, thank you, thank you, everybody. Brylan Farms is handmade homegrown, a.k.a. Crafty, on her channel. Oh, that's Crafty. Okay. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Sona says, nice. Handmade and homegrown says, thank you, Brylan Farm. The Flanadia says, goats. Brylan says, so many hummingbirds at Crafty's place. You know how much I love the birds. I'll be watching. Lisa says, on my way to check her out, but I'm slow this morning. I'm slow too, Lisa. Take your time. MB says, good morning, Abigail. MB says, good morning, Nina. The Flanadia says, hey, B. Handmade and Homegrown says, thank you, Lisa. I hope I didn't miss anybody. I'm giving Handmade and Homegrown some love on their channel. Everybody wants some love, right, everyone? Lisa says, I'm back already. I subbed. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you. That's fantastic. The rain's coming down heavier. Not down there. Welcome, welcome everybody. So we have rain. I'm sorry. I was just showing we have rain. Welcome everyone. MB says, hope the weather clears up for you later. It's supposed to. I hope it does. I want to go for a golf cart ride this afternoon and take you guys with us. It would be a lot of fun if we can. It is supposed to clear up. We'll see. Magnetic North says, I'm off now. Have a great day, everyone. Bye for now. Bye, Lee. Thank you so much for being here, and I'm going to keep playing your content. Everyone, Magnetic North Adventures Lee is working on WH. So if anybody can head over to a Magnetic North Adventures channel and give them some love and give them some watch time, that would be wonderful. Thank you, guys. Brian says, bye, Magnetic. Tina says, that's an indication for a storm, that heavy rain. MB says, take care, Magnetic. Lisa's sending blessings to all. Thank you, Lee. And sending blessings to you too, my friend. Lisa says, bye, Lee. Have a great day. Magnetic North says, thank you so much. You are welcome, my friend. Brian says, oh, will do, Magnetic North. Uncle Larry. Hi, Larry. You have rain. We do too, buddy. Look, it's raining. We have rain too. It's supposed to get really bad rain. Larry, how you doing, buddy? Whoa, what happened there? Y'all have a good day. I've got to go feed. Bye, Tool Man. Take care. Thank you for being here. Mary says, good morning. Hi, Mary. Mary's Gigs is here. Everybody say hi. Brylon Farms says, bye, Tool Man. Brylon Farms says, see you over there later. Welcome, welcome, everyone. Good morning. Sono says, take care, Tool Man. Mary's Gigs. How's my girl Mary today? There's a plane. Sorry, guys. There's a plane. All right. Sono says, take care, Tool Man. Sono says, hey, Mary's Gigs. Mary says, hi, so. Hi, Sono. Uncle Larry says, we are supposed to get another 5 inches, they say. Ah, geez, Larry, that's terrible. Mary's Gig says, hey, Sono. Abigail says, hi, Uncle Larry. Sono says, is it a bird? No, it's a plane, but it's not a superhero. We have to pin that because that's cute. Mary says, yuck, Uncle Larry. I want to let everybody know that I changed up all the memberships. I took away all the memberships, and I started one membership. It's 99 cents a month. You get access to all the members-only stuff for one price for everybody. It's easier for me. It's easier for you. So if anybody lost their memberships yesterday, it's because I stopped them. I stopped everything, and I restarted one tier, 99 cents. And thank you to all the members, and all my subscribers, and all my viewers who just stop in and say hello and give us support. I love each and every one of you. So there. Abigail says, I love you guys. We love you too, Abigail. Sono says, hi, Uncle Larry. Mary says, hi, Abby. Tina's just talking her stuff. Mary says, good girl. Yes, Mary. Coco says, bye, Nina. I had to change the memberships because I've been so uncomfortable with the tiers, with the $4.99. I mean, it's nice. I could use the money, but I was just so uncomfortable with it. Times are tough. Money is very tight for everybody. And it's too hard keeping track of this tier. I got to produce this, and that tier I got to produce that. And I'm like, that's it. We're going to start over. It's going to be 99 cents. Everybody can do and get access to everything that's for members. And it makes it easier on me as well. So thank you, all new members and all future members. And that's the last I'm going to say about that for today. Coco says, hi, Mary. Mary says, hi, Coco. Abigail says, hey, Uncle Larry. Coco says, hi, Uncle Larry. Uncle Larry. Ann says, morning, are we talking today? Yes. And it was fantastic. I watched it twice. I watched it twice because I thought it was that good. It was very good, Ann. I loved it. Sonal says, hi, Ann. Mary says, you will get more gifted memberships. Yeah, we had 10 gifted today from Handmade and Homegrown. And our friend Lee joined too, so yeah. It's just gonna make it easier. It's gonna be easier. Mary says, hi, Ann. Coco says, hi, Ann. Ann says, there's a better one loaded for Tuesday. Oh, Ann, I can't wait. Abigail says, how many subscribers can you have? You can have as many as you want. Oh, look at Ann's all happy. Tina says, and you, Sonal, you will also save everyone for Kyogre wreaking havoc. Mary says, see. Yep, yep, Mary. I've been thinking about it for a while now. And I finally talked to my husband and somebody else, and I said, you know what? I think I'm gonna do it. So I did it yesterday. I feel so much better about it. Abigail says, never give up on yourself. Sonal said, hi. Madden Morris. Hey, Madden. Good morning. Good morning, Madden Morris. And says, some people have more than 1 billion subs, Abigail. Who, though? Who has those? Coco says, hi, Madden. Sonal says, hi, Madden. Abigail says, hi, Maddie. Abigail says, me. Madden says, hi, Sonal. Ann says, my Mr. Beast and some Chinese guy. Yeah, Mr. Beast. Mary gifted 5 members. Thank you, Mary. Mrs. Womble, KY Philly, Jack Prepper, Cooking with the Munchie Mafia, and Melinda. My Linda, thank you, Mary. Oh, Mary, thank you so much. You're so sweet. Thank you, thank you. Welcome, 5 more new members. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Mary. Abigail, so congratulations, everyone. Thank you, Ann. I don't know what that was, but thank you, Ann. Handmade says, thank you, Mary's Gigs. Thank you, Mary's Gigs. Thank you, Handmade and Homegrown. Still no Lucy. Ann says, I timed them out for the vulgarity. I didn't see it, but thank you, Ann. Thank you, Ann. I did not see it. Thank you for having my back, you guys. Abigail says, hi, home. Mary says, you're going to do extremely well this way. Oh, thank you, Mary. Thank you, Mary. I feel better about it. Sonal says, luck. Still no luck. Aw, Sonal. We got to get Sonal. We got to get Sonal one. We got to get him one. We'll get you one. And since he was talking about backside nonsense, thank you, Ann. Tina says, Sonal, Lucina, and Chrome saved the day from all wrecks. Abigail says, good luck. Welcome, welcome. It's 8:45 a.m. on the east coast of Florida. And it's Wednesday, June 4th, 2025. And says, wanted to know if we want some. Abigail says, I need a membership. Well, hopefully we can gift you one soon. Hopefully. Tina's good news, says Sonal. Good news, good news. You know what I say? Happy Wednesday, everyone. Happy, happy, happy. I appreciate you guys, says Abigail. I appreciate you guys too, Abigail. Sonal says, this is a swearing-free channel. No swearing. No. No. Unless it's just by accident. Abigail says, are you here, Sebastian? I have not seen him, Abigail. I haven't seen him today. Ann says, you know I'm not one to time out, but I couldn't stand such vulgarity. Well, Ann, thank you. I did not even see it. Sonal says, and me too. Uncle Larry says, I ordered 10 new gift memberships, but something's going wrong. What? What's going wrong? With me, Larry? With my channel? Abigail says, hi, Uncle Larry. Cherokee Girl. Hi, Daisy. Hi, Cherokee Girl. Cherokee Girl, I know you. Welcome, welcome. Welcome. Mary says, did the card go through? Sunny says, good morning, Kelly. Hi, Sunny Chronicles. Welcome. Good morning. Good morning. Sonal says, hi, Cherokee girl. Mary says, hey, Cherokee. Ann says, yeah, I wanted to time it out before you accidentally read it. Oh, thank you, Ann. Sometimes I just, yep, thank you, Ann. Appreciate you, girl. Abigail says, hi, Sunny Chronicles. Uncle Larry says, no with YouTube. No with YouTube. Ann says, hi, Mary's Gigs. Coco says, hi, Sunny. Mary says, sometimes it glitches. Cherokee Girl sent a, thank you, Cherokee Girl. To Ray and Sandy's Woodworking. Oh, thank you. Cherokee Girl sent a membership. Thank you so much. Justin says, it's Wednesday. Happy Wednesday, Justin. How you doing? Sunny Chronicle says, hi, Abigail. West Country Mudlarks is here. Hello, Daisy May. Hi, everyone. Hi, West Country. Welcome. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Someone says, hi, Sunny. Coco says, hi, Cherokee. Sunny says, hi, Coco. Abigail says, congratulations, everyone. Yes, congratulations, new members. Thank you all. Cherokee says, everyone knows me. I am infamous. That's right. Coco says, hi, West Country. Mary Skig says, so kind, Cherokee Girl. Absolutely. Cherokee Girl, thank you so much. Abigail says, hi, Cherokee. Cherokee Girl says, hi, Sunny and Coco. Sunny Chronicle says, hi, Sonal. West Country says, hi, Coco. And says, Cherokee Girl, my personal assistant when I don't speak, LOL. Sunny says, hi, Cherokee Girl. Cherokee Girl says, Ray and Sandy now on double secret probation. Uh-oh, what? They're on, is that bad, Cherokee Girl? They're now on double secret probation. Lisa says, I had to go make me some tea. Lisa, I'm enjoying my tea as well. Let's have tea together, you guys, or coffee. West Country says, hey, Cherokee Girl. West Country says, hi, Lisa. Sonal says, I was just kidding, Daisy. I know memberships are random. I know, I know. You know, I know, you know. We're going to get you on. We're going to get you on. Cherokee Girl says, hi, Abigail and Mary and West Country. Mary says, hey, West Country. Sonal says, hi, West Country. Tina says, Sonal, Chrome, and Lucina, that was not appropriate. Abigail says, how long can you get tags? What kind of tags, Abigail? Cherokee Girl says, hey, Ann. West Country says, hi, Mary's Gigs. Justin says, only one boat. Yes. My neighbor here, he left the other day. He has not been back yet. Abigail says, hi, Justin. Cherokee Girl says, it's green tea. It's just green tea, Cherokee Girl. Kage, hi, Kage, welcome. Kage says, hey. Hey, Kage, good morning, my friend. So says, hi, Kage. And says, I'm on the ball with videos this week. I'm a day ahead. You go, girl. You've got it going on, Ann. Barry, good morning, Barry. Why did the banana visit the doctor? She wasn't peeling well. Oh my God, I love that. I'm sorry, I have to put that up. That is so good, Barry. It is so adorable and cute. I love it. Mary says, hey, Kage. Lisa dropped a link. Thank you, Lisa. Cherokee Girl says, hey, Kage. Kage says, hey, Sonal. Kage says, hey, Abigail. Abigail says, buy a short. Mary says, hey, Barry. Barry says, good morning, Daisy May. Good morning, Barry. Barry, welcome. Kage says, hey, Mary. Cherokee said, oh, Barry. Kage says, you're up early, Mary. Yeah, she is. West Country Mudlark says, hey there, Abigail. Uncle Larry sent 10 members. Thank you, Larry. Let's see who gets them. Mary says, hey, Lisa. Tina says it's lagging. Above the law. Above law. The Incredible Bulk. Cindy. Sunny Chronicles got one. Handmade and Homegrown got one. Sonal. Sonal got West Country. You got one too. Mary says, there they are, Larry. There, Larry. Thank you. Abigail says, congrats. Zed got one. Mary got one. Oh, I'm so glad. Yay. Cherokee Girl says, thanks, Uncle Larry. Thank you, Larry. Thank you, Larry. That's so sweet. Abigail says, congratulations, Mary. Barry says, hello, Mary. All right. Welcome, new members. Congratulations, everyone, Abigail says. Oh, goodness, says Tina. Bill, your bago got one. Yeah. And Zed, my buddies. Sonal says, oh, I got one. You got one, Sonal. Yay. Coco says, hi, Barry. Abigail says, hi to Mary. Lou. Hey, Sebastian, welcome, buddy. He says, hey, y'all. Barry says, hello, Cherokee Girl. Sonal says, thanks, Uncle Larry. Thank you, Uncle Larry. Thank you. So sweet and kind. Thank you, Larry. So appreciative. Thank you, Larry. Abigail says, "Are you here, Sebastian?" Mary says, "Hi, Leela." Lilu. West Country says, "Thank you, Daisy May." Thank you, West Country, for being here. Handmade Homegrown says, "Yay, Sonal. Yay." I'm so glad Sonal got one. You know who else needs one? Anthony. I wonder if Anthony got one recently. Barry says, "Hello, Coco." Lilu says, "Yes, I'm here, Abigail." West Country says, "Hi, Lee." Tina says, "Yes." Kage says, "Hey, Cherokee girl." Lilu says, "Hey, Daisy May." Hi, Sebastian. Hi, Lilu. How are ya? Handmade and Homegrown says, "Thank you, Uncle Larry." Thank you, Larry, so much. Thank you, everybody. Abigail says, I love you, Sebastian." Billy Bago says, "Thanks, Larry." Yeah, Billy Bago, you got one, buddy. Now go to the post tab and play the games. Please, play them. They go way back, like over a month. West Country says, "Hi, Tina." Lilu says, "Hey, Mary." Lisa says, "Hey, everyone I missed." We need to get Lisa one, too. Lee Law says, "Abigail, I've missed you." Sonal says, "Billy Bago, hi." Kage says, "Hi, Lisa." Cherokee Girl says, "I learned the difference between a snowy egret and a great white." Yes, we have them here too, like Mary does. Aren't they gorgeous? The snowy egret's the little one, right? With the fluffy on the top. Sonal's using emoji. There you are, Sonal. Thank you. Use those emojis, you guys. You can also use them when you comment on my content. Like if you're watching a short or a video, you can use those emojis also on the shorts. Lilu says, "Hey, Lisa and Sonal." Abigail says, "I miss you, Sebastian." Barry says, "There's a lot of rhyming names up in here." We need to get Barry one too. And Anne. Anne says, "Hi, Barry, Lee, Coco, Kage, Handmade, Lisa, Billiard, and Country." Hi, Anne. Welcome. Mary Skig says, "People love to gift 99 to members." I guess so. That's awesome. Thank you, everybody. Barry says, "Hello, Anne." Cherokee Girl says, "Not from PBS, from Mary." Yes, from Mary. Yep, the snowy egret. That's how I know that's the little one. She's teaching us. Thank you, Mary. I love Mary's little birds and big birds. Abigail says, "Congratulations, everyone." We got to get Abigail one. Anne says, "If I missed your name, it wasn't intentional." Kage says, "Oh, I'm a member now." Yes, you are. You were gifted a membership, Kage. Go to the post tab, you guys, and play those games. Play them, please. Mary says, "It's fun to buy them and see who gets them." It is. And the other way, it was just too expensive for anybody, including myself. Abigail says, "I need one." You do. Mary says, "Thanks, Uncle Larry." Yes. Thank you, Larry. Thank you, Handmade and Homegrown. Daisy, I hit 500 subs. Congratulations, Kage. Congratulations, Kage. Woo-hoo-hoo. Kage hit 500, you guys. Lilu says, "Abigail, let's go for dinner." Abigail says, "Nice." Anne's place says, "Congratulations, Kage." Kage says, "I got 509. Awesome, buddy. You'll keep going." Mary says, "Congrats, Kage." Cherokee Girl, "Uncle Larry, do you know I almost shot my own Uncle Larry?" Oh, what? Cherokee Girl says, "Uncle Larry, do you know I almost shot my own Uncle Larry?" Cherokee Girl, do you care to elaborate on that? Kage says, "Hey, Anne, thanks." Abigail says, "What is everyone's favorite memory of me?" Let's see. My favorite memory of Abigail. My favorite memory of Abigail is when you walk into the room and you say, I'm feeling amazing today." That's when I love. Cherokee Girl says, "I saw you hit 500, and I was like, wow." Mary says, "LOL." Uncle Larry says, "Wow, Cherokee." Cherokee Girl says, "Abigail, I hardly know ya." Someone says, "Abigail, your painting is my favorite memory." Tandra, hey, Tandra. Tandra says, "Hey, Daisy, Bryland Farm, and Lulu. We got to get all you guys some memberships." Tandra says, "Hey, Daisy." Hi, Tandra. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Everyone say hi to Tandra. Bryland Farm says, "We call egrets cowbirds in Louisiana." Cowbirds? Do the cows eat them? Abigail says, Lilu. No, Lilu says, "Abigail, your paintings and your happiness." I love that, Lilu. Mary says, "It's a short I did on the bird side by side." Oh, I have to go watch it. Abigail says, "Hi, Tanya." Anne says, "I just see crows and seagulls here." You don't have any herons over there, Anne? Abigail says, and me, the Stardashians. Good morning, Daisy. Good morning, Stardashians. Welcome. Cherokee girl says, do cowbirds eat cow pies? Abigail says, I need one too. Yes, you do. Handmaid Homegrown says, hello, Anne's Place. Abigail says, hi, Star. Sonal says, hi, Stardashians. Mary's Gig says, no, Cherokee. The Stardashian says, hi, Abigail. Anne's Place says, hi, Stardashians. The Stardashian says, hi, Anne. Cherokee says, ha, ha, ha. Lisa says, hi, Stardashians. And they say hi back to Lisa. Mary says, hi, Lisa. Abigail says, ouch. Tina says, wow, this is so cool. I just saw a Pegasus coming from Rhode Island. Okay. Abigail says, what do you call a pool? Cherokee says, I was in the chat and said unicorns taste like deer. I got timed out. Cherokee. Mary says, what, Abby? Abigail says, a fish. Mary says, LOL, Cherokee. Someone says, Cherokee girl, what? Abigail says, this is a swimming pool. Brylan says, I love how Abigail gives such a warm welcome. Yes, me too. Me too, Stacy. Lulu says, LOL, Abigail. Abigail says, thank you so much, everyone. Cherokee girl says, the chat was the unicorn and glitter fart lovers. No sense of humor. Oh, Cherokee girl, I like you. Share Bear, good morning, Purple Share Bear, 37 likes, thank you. She says 37 likes already. Wow, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Purple Share Bear. How's your hair today, young lady? Abigail says, I need a cemetery short. And Place says, none. Sonal says, hi, Share Bear. Abigail says, hi, Share Bear. Uncle Larry says, my grandma's cousin killed his own dad. I'm so sorry, Larry. That's terrible. I'm sorry, Larry. Ann says, hi to Brylon Farm. Tandra says, Share Bear, good morning. Thomas, hi, Thomas. Welcome, Thomas. Good morning to you. He says, hi. Handmaid Homegrown says, good morning, Share Bear. Cherokee Girl says, hey, Share, I got a new hut for Blondie. Abigail says, I'm sending prayers for everyone. Sonal says, Uncle Larry, wow. Yeah, Uncle Larry, whoa. Abigail says, I'm sending prayers for everyone. Thank you, Abigail. Purple Share Bear says, good morning to everybody. Good morning, Share Bear. Uncle Larry says, but the dad was mean. Yeah, that's a tough situation, right? Shearber says, good morning, Cherokee, and good morning to Mary. Brylon Farm just have to go. Mute for my AM Zoom. Boo, got you going. Bye, Brylon Farm. Thank you, young lady. Tina says, LOL. Mary Skick says, I saw Blonde's new house. It's cute, Cherokee. Shearber says, good morning, Tina and Lisa. Sonal says, Uncle Larry, that's even worse. Right? Sorry, Larry. Ann says, hi, Tandra. Tandra says, hey, Ann. Abigail says, nice to see everyone. It is nice to see everyone. Thank you, everyone. Lulu says, Abigail, you going up on your panel, Yogi's panel later? Cherokee Girl says, Mary, and it fits him, ha ha. Sonal says, hi, Tandra. Mary says, hi, Tandra. Sherber says, hair is still quite bright. Oh, I'm sorry, Sherber. I wish I could see it. Sonal says, I just saw a Pegasus video my friend sent me. Oh, cool, Tina. Cherokee Girl, Sherber says, good morning, Lee. Sherber says, good morning, Thomas. Tandra says, hi, Sonal, hi, Mary. Lee Lou says, hey, Sherber. Ann's Place says, Cherokee, the hedgehog's new bed is so cute. Aww. Abigail says, hi, Thomas. Melly Dons, hi, Melly, welcome. She says, hi, Miss Daisy. Sherber says, good morning, Melly. Ann says, hi, Melly. Cherokee Girl says, Ann, I didn't know it came with the pillow. Abigail says, I love you, Lee Lou. Kage says, hey, Share Bear. Someone says, Cherokee Girl. LOL, I got timed out for compliments in the channel I mod in, but it was for fun, LOL. Share Bear says, good morning, Kage. Melly says, good morning, everyone. Hi, Melly. How's it going today? How's your beautiful family today? Lulu says, Abigail, you're so sweet. Thank you. Ann says, it's cute, but just like my cats, he doesn't seem interested in the new bed. I stopped buying beds for my cats. They prefer boxes and bags. They do, right? They do. Kaleidoscope of Happiness Echo's here. Hi, Echo. She says, good morning, everyone. I'm making my morning rounds to all the great live streams. Thank you, young lady. That's so nice. We're going to pin you up. Thank you. Lisa says, hi, Share Bear. Sonal says, hi, Melly. Cherokee Girl. Sonal, that's okay. I like to have fun. I love it. Sherber says, good morning to Echo. Sonal says, hi, Echo. Tandra says, Sherber, your hair? What color? Cherokee Girl. And he uses it now, but he still likes his torn up straw one, too. Sherbert says, Tandra, I dyed it a light burgundy, but it's so red. Kaleidoscope of Happiness Echo says, hi, Share Bear. Mary Skiggs says, sub to you, Melly. Oh, thank you, Mary. Melly's great. She's got a lovely family. Nice little baby. Husband, really nice. Anne says, I end up giving the cat beds to two my small doggies. Cherokee Girl says, hi, Kaleidoscope. Look up Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. I love that song. Need for Speed. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I got a beautiful feeling. Everything's gonna be going my way. Hi, Need for Speed. Good morning and welcome. I hope I didn't just ruin your day with that. Sono says, my third nickname should be Giggles because I laugh too much. I love that. I love that, Giggles. I also like Sono. Sono laughs a lot. Tandra says, Sherbert, oh, right. I always wanted to go burgundy when I was young, but Dad would never let me. Mary Skig says, oh, Sono. Kaleidoscope of Happiness Echo says, hi, Sono's all about freedom. Sherbert says, Tandra, I can see what he wouldn't want at burgundy. Sherbert says, good morning, Speed. Tandra says, LOL, Share Bear. Ann says, and guess what, Kelly? After giving the cat beds to the dogs, the cat suddenly wanted to sleep in our top of the poor dogs. Oh, wait. After giving the cat beds to the dogs, the cat suddenly wanted to sleep in it on top of the poor dogs. Oh, no. That is so cute. That is so cute, Anne. Someone says, hi, Speed. Need for Speed says, good morning. Need for Speed's laughing. Cherokee Girl says, I want to be a platinum blonde, but I'd like to look like $2 hoe. Cherokee Girl, I wanted to be a platinum blonde, but I'd look like a $2 hoe. That is so funny. Cherokee Girl. Sherbert says, LOL, Cherokee. Cherokee Girl says, and I see a lot of animals like that. Tandra says, Sherbert, is it a wash in, wash out, or permanent? Someone says, Mary's Gigs. I don't like seeing people sad. Cherokee Girl, have you seen the cat, the dog, and duck in a dog bed? A cat, a dog, and a duck in a dog bed? That's so cute. No. Blue Creeper. Hey, Blue Creeper. Good morning. Everybody say hi to Blue Creeper. Anne says, cats are spiteful. Mary says, hey, Blue. Cherokee Girl says, or the chick dog. Sherbert says, Tandra, it's not a washout LMAO. It's calming down a bit, though LOL. I think when it calms down, I will like it when it calms down. But it's just so bright right now. It probably looks beautiful, Sherbert. Melly says, thanks, Mary. I sub too. Blue Creeper says, good morning to Mary. Lulu says, hey, Melly, how are you? Sherbert says, good morning, Blue Creeper. Sonal says, hi, Blue Creeper. Lisa says, hi, Blue. Tandra says, Sherbert, oh, LOL, you should take a picture of the top of your head and email Daisy. Yes, you should. I want to see it. Uncle Larry says, my little dog killed a groundhog yesterday. Really? Your little doggy killed a groundhog. Share Bear says, Tandra, I will. Oh, thank you, Share Bear. Blue Creeper says, Share Bear, Sonal, and Lisa, hi. I am caught up in the chat, you guys. I'm caught up. Well, we haven't had any lightning. I keep thinking we're going to. Share Bear, your hair is light burgundy, redgundy. Tandra says, Share Bear, cool, LOL. Anne says, my first rescue used to befriend the chickens, and he'd disappear making a search for hours only to find him in the chicken nest sleeping with the brooding hen. I kid you not. Oh, Anne, that is so cute. He must have felt comfortable in there. Yeah, your cat. That's so beautiful, Anne. Sherbert says, LOL, Sonal. Abigail says, hi, Blue. Abigail says, it's warm outside. Mary says, pool. Funny Blue. Uncle Larry says, yeah, for a little dog, he is strong. Aw. My last dog, she used to kill mice. My dog, Betsy. Of course, I had my own yard and all that. So when we were out in the yard, she would kill mice. Yep. Blue Creeper says, love to Abigail. Blue Creeper says, thanks, Mary. Hey, Blue Creeper, how are ya? And what's new? Do you guys mind if I pull up a chair? I've been standing. All right, I pulled up a chair, you guys. right, there we go. Blue Creeper says, thanks, Mary. Ann says, hi, Blue Creeper. Melly says, Mary, thanks for your comment on my short videos. Lee Lou says, Abigail, I'm filling up the pool hot water. I'm sorry, excuse me. Lee Lou says, Abigail, I filling up the pool hot here today. Ooh, let's all go to Lee Lou's and go swimming. Uncle Larry says he's a Shawnee. Aw, have I seen your dog, Larry? I think I have. I'm not sure though. Ansa's talking about that, Kelly. We got woken up at 4 a.m. today with Bingo running loud like an elephant killing rats. He kills 4. Way to go, Bingo. Awesome. Uncle Larry says that is a Chihuahua and a Dachshund. Oh, a Dachshund? A Chiweenie. A Chihuahua? Chihuahua? Oh, a Chiweenie. Okay, yes. They are so cute, Larry. I think I've seen your dog. I don't know why I think that, but... That's great, Ann. Way to go, Bingo. And Uncle Larry's dog was killing a groundhog. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I have a Chiweenie too, says Echo. Ann says, I'm gonna rent him out now, Kelly. There you go, Ann. Rent him out. I would. Lee Lou says, prayers, Blue Creeper. Ann says, rat exterminator. There you go. Blue Creeper. Oh, wait a minute. I missed you, Blue Creeper. Hold on, my friend. We need some prayers. We went in to do my 15-year-old's bi-weekly treatment, and his EGFR was 48. We have been stable for so long, so this is a shock. His kidneys aren't well. Blue Creeper, everybody right now, you say, everybody right now, you go say a prayer for Blue Creeper and her family and her 15-year-old. Okay? Everybody, please. We're here, Blue Creeper. We're praying. Blue Creeper needs prayers, you guys. All my little prayer warriors, please, please pray for Blue Creeper and family. I don't know how I missed that, Blue Creeper. I'm sorry I missed it. Lee Lou says prayers to you. Someone says Blue Creeper prayers. Uncle Larry says, yeah, I show him every once in a while. He will kill anything. Prayers, Blue Creeper. That's a lot. Tandra says prayers, Blue Creeper. Texas, Regina, Diamonds, and more. Hi, Texas, Regina. Welcome, Regina. How are you today? Welcome, welcome. Blue Creeper says, thank you so much. He has been here before and came back from it. So we need his kidneys to heal and come back. Yes, 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 please. We will all pray, Blue Creeper, absolutely. Kaleidoscope of Happiness echoes says, hi, Regina. So knows all about freedom says, hi, Texas. Blue Creeper says, just waiting for the doctor and see what our next move is. We love you, Blue Creeper. We're sending you lots of love and prayers. Everyone, love and prayers to Blue Creeper. Kaleidoscope of Happiness is prayers, Blue Creeper. Texas, Regina. Good morning, Texas, Regina. How are ya? Welcome in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We have a rainy day here, everybody. It's raining. I don't know if you could. It's just a little. We're supposed to get some really bad storms, but so far, no. Blue Creeper says, thank you all so much. My heart is hurting. I know. I feel it. I can feel it. I wish I could just give you a great big hug. I'll give you a virtual hug, Blue Creeper, because I want to. Someone says, I checked channels to see if I have subbed. Blue Creeper says, my son is listening, and he said, thank you all so much. Aw, we're pulling for you and praying for you. We love your mama. Your mama is our friend. And if one of our friends is hurting, we are hurting too. Blessings, Blue Creeper, says Tandra. Someone says, don't want to leave anyone behind. Anne says, prayers to you and your son, Blue Creeper. Thank you, Anne. Share Bear says, Blue Creeper praying for you and your family. Thank you, Orange Share Bear. Thank you, guys. That's a really hard thing to deal with. Thank you all so much. He can come back from this. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely, he can come back, and he will come back from it. Absolutely. Blue Creeper, we love you. He is definitely going to come back, definitely. And says, Kelly, I don't want to lose weight anymore. My skin is becoming loose and making me look 100 years old. That's not your weight. That's just age. That's just our age. Texas Regina says, prayers, Blue Creeper. Thank you, Regina. Sonal says, Blue Creeper, Blue Sonal sending you prayers. Thank you, Sonal. Lee Lou sending Blue Creeper some love and happiness. Kaleidoscope of Happiness says, hi, Lisa smiles a lot. Ann says, no, it's loose skin. Oh, from losing weight. Okay. Ann says, I'm young. Blue Creeper says, I just love y'all so much. We love you too. And we are all going to rally around you and your son. Ann says, LOL. Kaleidoscope says, don't get me started about losing skin, loose skin. Sola says, you're welcome. Mom Dog, hey, Molly. Mom Dog says, good morning, Kelly and chat. I'm back to work today, but I'm still lurking in the background. Thank you, Molly. Thank you, Molly. Lisa says, Blue Creeper, I'm sending you some hugs. Melly Don sending love. Sonal sending love. Thank you, everybody. Ann says, hi, Mom Dog. Hi, Mom Dog Molly. Welcome. Molly's back to work, but she's here. Thank you, Molly. Kage says, I'm here lurking, just having a hard time. What's the matter, Kage? Can we talk? Ezra says, hi, seen yesterday a tornado. Hi, Ezra. Welcome back. You saw a tornado? Were you far away from it? Kage says, hey, Mom Dog. What's going on, Kage? Kage, can we help? And says, it's my ever so unromantic hubby that pointed my loose skin out to me. Oh my God. And your husband loves you just the way you are. Sonal says, hi, Mom Dog. Mom Dog says, hope it gets better, Kage. Mom Dog says, hi, Sonal. Lisa says, hi, Kaleidoscope. Blue Creeper says, it's rainy here too today. It's been raining a lot of the country lately. A lot of people I talk to says it's raining. Kage says, someone who's supposed to be my friend has been constantly mean to me. What? Kage? Oh, Kage, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Sonal says, it's sunny here. Shipper says, as your Mom Dog, good morning. Blue Creeper says, us too. We're from the part of Texas. I love it. Oh, this part of Texas. Blue Creepers in Texas. Kage says, she says it's just the way she is, but she doesn't treat anyone else that way. Sometimes, Kage, sometimes the people we love get treated the worst. The people we love, sometimes we treat them the worst. I don't know why we do it. I don't know. I'm sorry, Kage. Lisa says it's 73 here already. Mom Dog says, hey, Share Bear. And says, Kage, then that's not a friend at all. Sonal says, Kage, I got your back. Mom Dog says, I'm so sorry, Kage. Kaleidoscope of Happiness. Our friend Echo says, hi, Mom Dog. Mom Dog says, hi back to Echo. Sonal says, no one should be bullying anyone. No bullying anybody, no. Blue Creeper says, usually it's just dirt blowing here. Oh, I know what you mean by that. But you're getting some rain? We're getting some rain. It's okay. I don't mind the rain. Blue Creeper says exactly, that's not your friend then. I smell bacon. I wonder if my husband's up making breakfast because I can smell bacon. Somebody's making bacon. It smells good. Exactly. Oh, that's not your friend. Yes. Hi, everybody. Welcome. It is Wednesday. And here's a plane. Hold on, guys. Someone says, Kage, here. Someone else says, Kage, here. Roll Troll House cookies at those meetings. Kage. Or Sonal and Kage. That's too good. Lisa says, Kage, I'm sure you are wonderful. Kage is wonderful. Someone says, throw. Yeah, throw. The Ranger Max. Hi, Max. Hello, the range, excuse me, the Range Max. Welcome. Milo's tastes like Copenhagen wintergreen split cup when it goes bad. What does that mean, the Range Max? Kage says, it's public on my stream, but I don't want to say who it is. You'd poop. Yeah, I don't want to know who it is. I don't want to know who it is. Blue Creeper says that's the best smell bacon in the morning on a rainy day. I think my husband's making breakfast. Ezra says, yes, it has come to me, but it turned around. Thank goodness. It was on the news. It was coming to my house in Oklahoma. But I live in Wyoming, and I'm in Oklahoma for a visit. Oh, okay. Be safe, Ezra, okay? Echo says, I think I connected to everyone who is new to me. Thank you, Kaleidoscope of Happiness. Anne says, I had a friend like that, and after years, I realized it was her constant meanness that made me lose my self-esteem. The moment I stopped the friendship, my self-respect built up. Wow, Anne. Good for you. The range is like an arch, that black eye. I'm eating bacon right now. No way. Not kosher. Blue Creeper says, yum bacon. Hold on, I gotta check. Hold on. You guys, it is him. He's making breakfast. And it's about the only type of friend I've ever had. Oh, Kage. You know, let me just say this, you guys. Sometimes people are having a rough time in life, and they do and say things that they don't mean to people that they love, people that they care about. And sometimes we make mistakes. How about just starting over, Kage? If it's really your friend, why don't you just forgive and start over and see what happens there? Kage says, I've always been the friend that people bully and pick on since I was little. Well, you're not going to get that here, Kage. I won't allow it. So come and hang out with us if you want. Someone says, Kage, we are your friends. We are. The range says, good luck with your sins, you gossipers. Okie dokie. Blue Creeper says, what a wonderful husband. I know, it's his day off. Isn't that nice? And says, me too, Kage. I'm better off with no friend than one that breaks me down. You want your friends to build you up. You want your friends to build you up and have your back. Kage says, thanks, Sonal. Yeah, sometimes it's just somebody's having a bad day, you know? Thank you, Share Bear. Thank you, Share Bear. Range, be respectful, please. Yes. Share Bear, sending love. Thank you, Share Bear. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everybody. It's Wednesday, June 4th, 2025. It is 9:21 a.m. on the east coast of Florida. Shearbear says, out of here. Yep, thank you. Thank you, Shearbear. Kage says, I appreciate y'all letting me talk. Oh, we love you, Kage. We all try to help each other. Lisa says, just got scared by a squirrel. He jumped at the window. Oh, how cute, Lisa. Shearbear sending love to Kage. Anne says, yes, sometimes it's that, Kelly, but it happens all the time. And only to you, then it's someone that feels the power in breaking you down. Yeah, there are a lot of people like that, Anne. I had a long-term relationship with a guy who constantly put me down and always just said he was joking. He would say something about me and he'd say, I'm only joking. So I know exactly what you mean. Mom Dog says, I caught y'all's rain, LOL. Sherbert says, Lisa, the squirrels are out of control. They are so bold. Blue Creeper says, I don't have one friend in the world that I can call a friend that treats me that way. But some people do have bad days, and that's okay. But if it happens a lot, then it's okay to let toxic people go. Yes, Blue Creeper, absolutely positive. Yep, 100%. Kaleidoscope of happiness. Remember, hurt people hurt people. Mm-hmm. And says, that's exactly right, Blue Creeper. Yeah. If someone's just having a bad day, you can excuse it. If it's all the time, then yeah, then you should do something about it. Maybe have a talk with that person. Maybe just have a talk with that person off of your stream, away from everybody else, and just maybe have a conversation. Lisa says, yes, Bear, especially Virginia squirrels, they're nuts. Kaleidoscope says that's not joking if it hurts someone's feelings. That's right, it's not. Hello. Oh my God. We got breakfast. Thank you. Thank you. Hi, Daisy. You guys want to see Daisy? Wait. Say hi. Oh, say hi. Come here. All right, she smells the food. Thank you, baby. Thank you. Don't mind the messy patio. Okay. Da 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 da. Isn't that so sweet? Plain Sharks. Good morning, Miss Daisy. How are you? Hi, Plain Sharks. How are ya? Welcome. Mom Dog says, Lisa smiles a lot. I have a squirrel who yelled at me and wouldn't let me into my own strawberry patch. Aw, Molly. Blue Creeper says, I've had to let a lot of toxic people go. It's very liberating. It is. And I ended that relationship after 20 some years because I couldn't take that anymore. Sherbert says, Lisa smiles a lot. LOL. Plain Sharks. Hi, Plain Sharks. Welcome. And says, she had me believe I was worth nothing. And she was so grateful someone like her is my friend. Whoa. Someone's got a lot of full of themselves, right, Ann? Plain Shark says, yummy breakfast. Enjoy. Thank you. Sherbert says, oh, brought you. Yeah, he made breakfast. Mom Dog. Yes, he's great, isn't he? Echo says, sometimes we lose friendships or we keep friendships that don't serve us and we should let them go. Yep, same with relationships. And says, took me years to realize what's happening. Sherbert says, good morning, Plain Sharks. Hi, Daisy. Lisa says, I'll be just a sweetheart. Thank you, Lisa. He is. Plain says, good morning, Bear. Mom Dog says, hi, Plain. Sonal says, Daisy, I deleted Range's other comment because he said a bad word. Thank you, Sonal. Thank you. You want to go back in? Why? Look who's here. Where are you going? She's too cutie patootie. And says, I was very naive when I was young. Blue Creeper says, my theory is if you're not with me, you're against me. Someone says you're welcome. I gotta tell you guys, I trust you guys to have my back. You don't have to explain to me why you timed somebody out or why you did something, because I trust you guys. So thank you, Sonal. Coffee cake emoji. Hello, Daisy and Miss Daisy and the Daisy Chatters. Hi, coffee cake emoji. How are you, girlfriend? Kaleidoscope of happiness. Kelly, you are so blessed by wonderful hubby. Thank you. Thank you, Echo. I agree. I certainly am. I don't even deserve him. He's so wonderful. Sherbert says, good morning, coffee cake emoji. Sonal says, coffee cake emoji, hi. Lisa says, hi, Bish. Hi, everybody. Welcome, welcome. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm going to eat my breakfast and still talk to you. Coffee cake emoji says, hi, Khalid. Anne says, oh, Kelly, I can't wait for the peaches, apples, and cherries this year. The little trees are full of it. Oh, Anne. That's awesome, Anne. That's so cool. Lisa says he's lucky to have you too. Oh, thank you, Lisa. Thank you. Kage says, hi, Bish. Coffee Cake says, hey, Sherbert. Hey, Sonal, good morning. Blue Creeper says, it sounds yummy. It is yummy. I do not deserve him. He's so sweet. And this is no joke. He is one of the sweetest people I have ever met in my 60 years. He is a genuine sweet soul, my husband. He really is. Someone says, when the umpire give you the third strike, you will say, you're out. That's right. You're out. Strike three. Kaleidoscope of Happiness Echo says, Daisy May is blessed to have such a great doggy parents. Oh, we love Daisy. She's the best. Coffee Cake Emoji says, Lisa and Kage, hi. Ann says, and with all these chickens, none of it will go to waste neither. That's even good too, Ann. Food for everybody. Coffee Cake Emoji says, hey, Ann and Blue. Hello. What's the matter? No. Come on. You can't. Oh, sorry, baby. Go on. Go. Collar bed. Let's go. Go on. Go. She's not gonna come in. She won't. Baby, come here. Go on. You got food? Okay. She wouldn't go in with him until she saw that he had food. Oh, she's so funny. Anne says, hi, Bish. Kaleidoscope of Happiness Echo. How long have you been together? 6 years. 6 years. Not long. 6 years, but he's great. Your husband is the best, Daisy. Thank you, Sonal. He is. Blue Creeper says, hi, coffee cake emoji. Anne says, do you like jam? I do like jam. I like grape. I like grape jam. Mm-hmm. I do. Mm-hmm. Echo, yes. She loves coffee cake. Mm-hmm. Kaleidoscope, yes. And so they're going to make persimmon jam, peach jam too, or maybe cherry jam too. And perhaps I can send you a little sample about. Yes. Oh, and that would be fantastic. Mm-hmm. I would eat it all on toast. Yes. And I love jam as long as I have peanut butter. You guys ever tell you I like peanut butter and I like jelly, but I don't like peanut butter and jelly together because I'm weird like that. So I almost said ham. Ham. Kaleidoscope of Happiness Echo says, I love that. Thank you. So, Echo, how are you feeling? So, Echo, you hurt your knee, but at the same time you got sick. Is that right? Echo, our friend Echo was sick, you guys. And says, I eat peanut butter with honey or syrup on top. Like a sandwich, Ann, or just like a piece? Is that something in the water? Sure was. There's something in the water. Keep our eyes peeled. There's something in the water. And says, on toast, it's fabulous. I love peanut butter on toast. Uncle Larry says, I do too, and I like Caro syrup. Lisa says fish. I don't know. It could have been fish. I'll keep my eyes peeled just in case. And if Share Bear's still here, I'm always on the lookout for the ball and the pool noodle. Somebody must have fished them out of the water. Uncle Larry's maybe it's an alligator. It could be. And says, yes, nothing beats peanut butter with syrup on top. Kaleidoscope of happiness. I'm feeling pretty good now. Yes, I had an upper respiratory infection too. I hurt my hip and knee when I fell. Yeah, I remember when you fell and you hurt your hip. Okay, and your knee. Yep. And then on top of it, you were sick. Okay. Oh, you poor girl. Did you have anybody to take care of you? Yeah, Ann says, ouch, the kaleidoscope, right? Rock Solid Passion, like number 50. Thank you, Rock Solid. Good morning, Daisy Mom and everyone. Hi, Rock Solid. Lisa says, male mermaid. Blue Creeper says, gotta go. Love y'all. And thank you so much for always being positive and loving here. Daisy May, bye all. Bye, Blue Creeper. We're going to pray for your son and you every single day, Blue Creeper. Everybody send prayers and love to Blue Creeper and her son and her family, please. And thank you. Blue Creeper, thank you for being here. I hope you have a great rest of your day. I send much love to you and your son. Big hugs to you guys. And he's going to be okay. We love you. Kaleidoscope of Happiness says, swimming is really helping my hip and knee. I'm going swimming this afternoon. Oh, that's wonderful. Before I had Daisy and my other dog had passed away, I used to go to the pool and exercise every day. I loved it. Ann says, have a good day, Blue Creeper. Kage says, take care, Blue Creeper. Rock Solid Passion, thank you for supporting my live yesterday. You're welcome, Rock Solid Passion. I will, anytime I see you, I will hop on in. Your daughter helped you out? Oh, good, Echo. I'm so glad. Someone says, take care, Blue Creeper, in prayers. Uncle Larry says, I've seen pictures of what could be a mermaid. Lisa says, Blue Creeper and love. Oh, hugs and love. Thank you. Kage says, hey, Uncle Larry. Sherbert says, hey, Blue Creeper, love and prayers to you. Someone says, when I was a kid, I watched Elmo's World. I laugh everything at the actor who plays Mr. Noodle. I don't know what that is, Elmo's World. I know who Elmo is, though, so. Sherbert says, good morning, Rock Solid Passion. Uncle Larry says, hey, Kage. Rock Solid Passion says, can't stay, need to get ready for premiere. Have a premiere. Yes. Everybody, Rock Solid Passion's having a premiere. We have to make sure we check it out. Rock Solid Passion, what time is that? Hey. Rock Solid Passion's having a premiere, you guys. We have to check it out. Sona says every time. Typo. Sherbert says, hey, Rock Solid. Ann says, I wish I had a swimming pool. I'd be in it every day. Me too. We have a pool here, but Sona says the typos are getting me today. Ann says, hi, Rock Solid. The Reinhardt's channel. What's up, my friends? Hi, Jack. The Reinhardt's channel. Good morning. How's the Reinhardt's channel? How are my friends Jack and Stephanie doing today? Sherbert says, good morning, Reinhardt's channel. Stolen says Sesame Street was my favorite too. Tina says, Daisy, someone's there. Someone's here. Anne says, I gotta go find questions for tomorrow's trivia. Have a great day, everyone. Bye, Anne. Take care, beautiful. Have a great day, my friend. Thank you, Anne, for being here today. Bradley says, Mommy, I'm here. Hi, Bradley. Echo says, it's so much easier to move in the water. The water provides great resistance. Yes, it's good exercise. Good. It'll help you heal. Uncle Larry says, see ya, Ann. Tina says, Robin, someone's not here. Daisy. The Reinhardt's channel. The Kaleidoscope of Happiness says, hi, the Reinhardt's channel. Someone says, hi, Reinhardt's. Sherbert says, hi, Bradley. Hi, Rock Solid Passion. Uncle Larry says, hey, Bradley. Someone says, hi, Bradley. Hello, Bradley. Bradley says, hey, Sherbert. Lisa says, have a great day, Ann. Bye, Ann. Take care, my friend. Bradley says, hey, Sonal. Kaleidoscope of Happiness. Echo says, hi, Uncle Larry. If you guys have not heard Larry sing, you need to go over there and when Larry's doing a concert and watch him. Larry is amazing. Bradley says, what's up? Bradley says, Uncle Larry, what's up, bro? Tina says, Lucina. Shh, no one is here. The Reinhardt's channel says, Kaleidoscope of Happiness. I'm sub to you. Bradley says, hey, Lisa. Someone says, never make Sherbert mad, otherwise she will put us in the corner. Uncle Larry says, not much, Bradley. Someone's laughing. Lisa says, he has a great voice. Bradley says, how you been doing? I'm doing really well, Bradley. I hope you are. Happy Wednesday. How's everybody? Good morning. Sure, but this song is all about freedom. That's right. Don't you forget it, LOL. Echo says, hi, Bradley. Someone says Larry is the best singer. You know who else is a good singer? Coffee Cake Emoji. Coffee Cake Emoji is fantastic too, you guys. Bradley says, hey, Keith. The Reinhardt channel says, hi, Share Bear. Love and prayers. Kaleidoscope of Happiness says, thank you, the Reinhardt's channel. It's up to you, too. The Reinhardt's channel says, hey, Sonal, love and prayers. Sonal says, Share Bear, I'll be on my best behavior. You're always on your best behavior, Sonal. You're so wonderful. Tina says, last time you went to the park with Daisy, she was almost kidnapped. Joe Wrestling, good morning. Hey, Joe. Good morning, Daisy and everyone. The Stardashian says, hello, Joe. Sonal says, hi, Joe. Bradley says, I'm sorry about that. My phone sucks. It's okay, Bradley. Echo says, hi to the Stardashians. The Stardashian says, hey, Bradley. Sonal's all about freedom, says Bradley. It's okay. The Reinhardt channel says, yeah, I was on Larry's live the other day. I was amazed with his voice. Larry is fantastic, you guys. But you also have to go check out Coffee Cake Emoji. No. Coffee Cake Lovin' Bish. She is a singer too, and she's playing guitar. And she's only got a couple on her channel, but oh my God. If we could get Coffee Cake and Larry to do a duet, oh my God, I think it would be absolutely viral. I think it would go viral. I really do. Stardashian says, hello, happy. Kaleidoscope says, hi, Joe Wrestling. The Stardashian says, hey, Jack. Reinhardt's channel says, hey, Stardashians. Uncle Larry says, hey, Eric. Someone says, Coffee Cake Emoji is the best too. Yes, she's fantastic. Joe says, hello, the Stardashian, Sonal, and Kaleidoscope. Uncle Larry says, Ann Lee. BJ's Misadventure said, hi, BJ, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good morning. The Stardashian says, hey, Larry. Lisa says, hi, Joe Wrestling. Bradley says, I'm always here. Thank you, Bradley. Appreciate that. Appreciate you. Someone says, hey, BJ. Stardashian says, wow, coffee is amazing. She is. Coffee cake is amazing, too. Joe Wrestling says, hi, Lisa. The Reinhardt's channel says, I love you all. Wish you all happiness and love. Thank you, Reinhardt's channel. We wish you all happiness and love, too. Thank you. Tina says, flashback Robin, don't snatch Daisy. Daisy barks. Yeah, the thing about that day, Tina, was Daisy did not bark. She didn't even, it happened so quickly, she didn't have time to bark. BJ says, hi, Sono. Lisa says, hi, BJ. Kaleidoscope says, hi, BJ's Misadventures. BJ's Misadventures says, hi, Lisa. Shira says, Kelly, can you make BJ blue? Sure. Sure, I can. Absolutely. BJ says, hi, Echo. BJ, you can now connect with friends here. Share Bear, I would do anything for you, young lady. Anything Share Bear asked me to do, I would do. BJ says, hi, Share Bear. I trust Share Bear. Who is Chrome? I don't know, Larry. Tina talks about Pokemon stuff. I don't know if it's Pokemon, but she's always talking about Chrome. I'll read it, but I have no idea what she's talking about. BJ says, thank you. You're welcome, BJ. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Kage says, hey, BJ. Uncle Larry says, oh, okay. Someone says, Larry, I thought Tina was talking about Google Chrome. I don't know what she's talking about. Tina says, Chrome is a character who rescued Daisy from being snatched. Thank you, Tina. Echo says, Share Bear is amazing. She is, and I trust her completely. Someone says, Larry, I thought Tina was talking about Chrome. Yep. Okay, Share Bear says, Kelly, I just sent you an email of my hair. I gave you my face too. Oh, nice. I have to get the email on the computer, so I'll do that later, Share Bear, but I'm sure you're just as beautiful as you are in my mind. Joe says, hi, Tina. Tina says, he's from something, Uncle Larry. Share Bear says, Echo, you are so kind. Thank you, sweetheart. You are the best. Echo's wonderful too, you guys. Make sure you check out Kaleidoscope of Happiness. Tina says, LOL, Churchy. Who's Churchy? Jason Phelps. Good morning, Jason. Hey, buddy. Good to see ya. Everybody say hi to Jason Phelps. BJ says, I'm going to the computer. I'll be back in about 5 minutes. Thank you, BJ, and welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Everybody check out our new friend, BJ's Misadventures. Sherbert says, Kelly, did you get my email yesterday about the Urban Dictionary? No, I did not. I'll have to go back on and check. Jason says, hope you've been great. I'm birthday boy. Happy birthday. Jason, it's your birthday? You know what that means, don't you? Sono says, hi, Jason. Kage says, hey, Jason. Sherbert says, hey, Jason. Good morning. Jason says, okay. Tranquil, hi, Tranquil. Oh, hi, Tranquil. You guys know Tranquil and Miracle and all the kitties. She says, hello, everyone. Tranquil, how are ya? Kage says, Jason, congrats. Jason says, hey, Share Bear. Minnie, hi, Minnie. She says, hello, everyone. Hi, Minnie. Jason says, thank you. Share Bear said, then you will have 2 from me. Okay. I'll let you know when I get them. Someone says, happy birthday, Jason. Jason says, yes, I'm 35. Joe says, hi. Hello, Tranquil, and hello, Minnie. Okay, I have to stop because I have to sing happy birthday to Jason. Jason, you ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jason. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Jason. Joe says hello, Tranquil and Minnie. Sherbert says hi, Minnie. Good morning. Minnie says liked and shared. Thank you, Minnie. Thank you, thank you. Jason says thanks, Sonal. Kage says hi, Minnie. Sherbert says Jason, no, happy birthday. I'm sorry. That just says happy birthday. Jason says hello, everyone. Sonal says hi, Tranquil. Sherbert says Tranquil, unique nature experience. How are you? Mom Dog says happy birthday, Jason. Jason says thank you. You're welcome. Kage says, hey, Joe. Joe says, hey, Kage. Minnie says, hi, Share Bear. Jason says, thanks, Mom Dog. Tranquil says, hello, Share Bear. Lisa says, happy birthday, Jason. Jason says, thanks, Lisa. Minnie says, watching again. Thank you, Minnie. Tranquil says, hi, hello, Sonal. Jason says, yes, thanks, Miss Daisy. Jason says, so sweet. You're so sweet, Jason. Thanks for stopping by. Minnie says, hello from the Philippines. Hello, Minnie, and welcome. Jason says, you're the best. Aw, you're the best, all you guys. Sonal says, hi, Minnie. Tina says, I'm a chocolate cake. Sonal, we are putting up a show as Apple Fruits. Minnie says, happy birthday, Jason. Jason sending us some love. Minnie says, hey, Sonal. Jason says, thanks, Minnie. Tina says, happy birthday, Jason. Sonal says, Tina, LOL. Tranquil says, Sherbert, I'm doing well. Hope that you are well, too. Thank you for stopping in, Tranquil. So good of you to stop in. How, well, you just told her you're doing well. How's Miracle doing? Lisa says hi to Minnie. Jason says appreciate everyone. Minnie says, Lisa, hello, how are you? Joe Wrestling says sub to you, Tina. Jason says sub, yeah, Minnie. Sub, yeah. Sonal says, Tina, I will be a dancing broccoli for Jason. Dancing fruit and vegetables. Sherbert says, Tranquil, I miss you. Minnie says, hi, Joe. Hi, Tranquil. Hi, Tina. Jason says, appreciate everyone so sweet and love. Oh, we hope you have the best birthday ever, Jason. Sonal says for his birthday. Jason says coffee time. Enjoy your coffee. Love you so much. Thank you, Jason. We love you too. And happy, happy, happy birthday. Minnie says, hi, Kage. Kage says, I could eat some chocolate cake. Sounds good. Jason says, yes, thank you. Minnie says, wow, Choco. Lisa says, doing good. And you, Minnie? Joe says, happy birthday, Jason. Minnie says, chocolate. Yeah, chocolate cake sounds good. I'll have some chocolate cake. Gonna have a Hershey chocolate bar. There you go. Enjoy that. Jason says, thanks, Joe. Minnie says, I'm good too, lying in bed. Aw. Nice, Minnie. Is it nighttime over there? Must be, right? Bedtime. Tranquil says, happy birthday. Thank you, Tranquil. Jason says, I feel the love. Aw. I hope you do. Minnie says, Hershey chocolate. I love it. Jason says, thanks, Tranquil. Joe Wrestling says, you're welcome, Jason. BJ's Misadventure says, okay, I'm back. I wasn't subbed. I am now. Welcome back, BJ. Welcome. Jason says, sub to Joe. Thank you, everybody, for being here. So I just finished that breakfast my husband made. Oh my goodness, it was so good. Whoops. Jason says, you guys made my morning deal so special. Thank you for the wishes. Jason, I'm so glad we could do that for you. Happy, 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 happy birthday. BJ says, I just woke up about 25 minutes ago. Nice. I've been up since like 5:30. Jason sending us some love. Minnie says, it's 9:51 in the evening. You are exactly 12 hours ahead of me, Minnie. I have 9:51 in the morning. Kage says, of course, Jason. Jason says, what was it? He made me bacon, egg, and toast. Bacon, egg, and toast. It was delicious. Kage says, sorry, I'm so quiet, trying to stay positive. That's the way to do it, Kage. Try to stay positive as much as you can. Turn that stuff around. Think positive. Think happy thoughts. It really is effective. Jason says, sub to Kage. Kage says, Jason, thank you so much. Jason is always positive. Sounds great, Daisy. Thank you, Jason. BJ says 6:51 here. You're 3 hours behind me. Jason says, you're welcome. Sono says, why does the timid banana avoid the bullies in his school? He doesn't want... That's kind of like the one Barry told us. Yes. Doesn't want his feelings hurt. Adrian's here. Hi, Adrian. Welcome, Adrian. He says, hi, Daisy May. Hi, Adrian. Welcome. Happy Wednesday. Jason says, everyone have an amazing day and appreciate you. Oh, thank you, Jason. Thanks for stopping in. Hit the like button. Thank you. Minnie says, hey, BJ. Adrian says, hey, BJ. Minnie says, hey, Adrian. Jason says, love always my friends. We love you too, Jason. Happy birthday. Joe says, I sub to you, Minnie. BJ says, hi, Adrian. Jason Phelps, you are all so amazing. Love you, Daisy. You're the best. You're the best, Jason. Thank you for stopping in, and I hope you have a wonderful day ahead of you. Sono's laughing. Minnie says, thanks, Joe. Done to you, too. Sherbert says, by the way, BJ's need some help with watch hours. All right, everybody. BJ's Misadventures need some watch time, you guys. You guys know what to do. Head over to BJ Misadventures and give him some loving. Sono says, love to Kage. Kage says, love, thank you. Sherbert sending love to Kage. Sono says, take care, Jason. Thank you, Sherbert. We will help him out. BJ's, my channel has been going, but the past few days I have busy with new content. Okay. Right? Sometimes we're so busy working on the channel. I get ya. Sherbert says, hey, Minnie, I sub to you. Adrian says, hi, Minnie. It's all right, Daisy Dukes. Sherbert says, Jason, have the best day ever. Kage says, oh, thanks, Sherbert. Minnie says, how's the weather there? It's super hot in here, even though it's night. I don't know what the temperature is. I can check. It's raining. Okay, it stopped raining, but we're supposed to have rain on and off this morning. Kage says, thanks, Sono. Sherbert says, Adrian, hi, it's up to you. Lisa dropped a link. Thank you, Lisa. That's for BJ. Anybody, go over to BJ's Misadventures and help him with some watch time, okay? Sono says, you're welcome, Kage. BJ says, hi. Lisa smiles a lot. Tranquil says, I heard Daisy May. Yeah, she's here. I was eating, so of course she's here, right? Minnie says, thanks, Sherbert. Adrian says, hi, Sherbert, thank you. Minnie says, done to you too, Sherbert. Sherbert says, oh no, dog has gas again. Why, oh why does he have to lay under my desk? Sherbert sending love. Sono says, Sherbert, uh-oh. Uh-oh, Sherbert. We have the dog farting again. Sono, LOL. Excuse me. Yeah, uh-oh, Sherbert, you're in trouble now. Too much. It's too funny, you guys. Hello, everybody. Welcome. It is Wednesday. Oh, hold on, guys. Come here, Daisy. What's going on down there? Hi. Let me put you down with Dad. Be right back, guys. Sorry, guys. I had to put Daisy in with her dad. They're working down the hall, and she's going to be barking too much. Lisa says, Shiver, my cat has it too. Oh, no, stinky cat too? Shiver says, oh, no. Minnie says, I heard dog. I love the dogs. Thank you, Minnie. I do have 2 dogs. And those other names, Oreo and I don't know how to say the other one. Thank you, Minnie. Uncle Larry said that was Daisy, Minnie. That was little Daisy. Yep. She was barking. Just a Yogi. Hey, Yogi. Everybody says, I say hi to Yogi. Just a Yogi doing burpees in his basement. Our friend Yogi, you know him. Hi, Daisy. Hi, Eric. Hi, Yogi. Minnie says, oh, hello, cutie Daisy. Someone says, dogs are funny too. I watched a video about a dog attacking the male. Joe says, hi, Yogi. Yogi, how you doing, bud? Thanks for stopping in today. Thank you, appreciate it. Sheer Bear says, hi, Yogi. Lisa says, hey, Yogi. Abigail says, hi, Joe. Yogi says, hi, Joe. Uncle Larry says, I hate it when I go live. My dog has to bark, right? I know it. It's like they want your attention. Joe says, hi, Abigail. Sono says, hi, Yogi. Minnie says, pets are my stress relievers, but sometimes they also cause my stress, LOL. I hear ya. I hear ya. Not too much stress from Daisy, but, you know, we're in a condo, so it's just when she barks a lot. Yogi says, hi, Share Bear, and hi, Sono. Abigail says, hi to Minnie. Minnie says, Abigail, how are you? How is everybody? Welcome. Happy Wednesday. You want to play nosy neighbor? Look at, see what they're doing over there? Hello, 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 everyone. Well, I guess the bad storms they talked about, we didn't get yet. Or maybe we won't get them. Minnie says, Abigail, how are you? Minnie says, I do also have 4 cats. 4 cats and 2 dogs. How nice, Minnie. Lisa says, beautiful area. Thank you, Lisa. Someone says, whenever I pop in someone's stream and a dog barks, my neighbor dogs bark. Right? Sometimes I'm watching, same thing, I'm watching the stream and a dog will bark. And like Daisy, like if she's sleeping, like she'll pop up and she'll like bark and but like look around like it's so funny. It's hard to describe, but it's funny. Minnie says yes. Lisa says, I hope the storm goes away. Thank you, Lisa. I do too. Because now he's not off again till Sunday, so it would be nice if we could get out this afternoon. Shiver says, Sono's all about freedom. Me too. I usually have most people on mute because of that. Uh-huh. Uncle Larry says they are communicating. Sono says, Shiver, I know, right? They are communicating. They do, you know. But like when we take Daisy on a walk, like she'll bark at a dog and the dog will bark at her. And it's like, are they really like talking to each other? Don't you wonder if dogs are talking to each other? Is it bad that my cat likes dog treats? No. Uh-uh. Our cat likes dog treats and Daisy likes cat treats. So, no. Just don't give them a lot. Our vet said just don't give her a lot of cat stuff. Don't give her any cat food. We're like, okay, we don't give her cat food. But every now and again, she gets a cat treat. Rokehouse Cabin, good morning, Kelly. I see you have another cloudy day. Yes, Cabin, we do. And rain. Good morning, Rokehouse Cabin. How are you, buddy? Welcome. Minnie says, my dog eats cat food sometimes. Yeah, according to our vet, we saw the vet a couple weeks ago, and they said do not give your dog cat food. Do not. So be careful, Minnie. Abigail says hi to Cabin. Sonal says, hey, Roll Calls Cabin. Roll Calls Cabin, how are you? How are you this morning? Cabin says, hi, Abigail. How you doing? I watch people work. Roll Calls Cabin says, hi, Sonal. Sherbert says, good morning, Roll Calls Cabin. Minnie says, oh, thanks for the info. Oh, you're welcome. I was really surprised when the vet said that. So I've been work. You're working. I've been working. I've been working on the railroad all the live long day. I've been work. David, you got a membership. Hello, David. Welcome back. Welcome, David. David, did you just get out of work? Joe says, hi, Roll Calls Cabin. David, 2 months. Thank you, David. You're a Love Hearts member for 2 months. We love ya. Thank you, David. I redid the memberships yesterday, so they're all 99 cents. That's all. 99 cents for the membership. That's it. Someone says, I remember that song. Sing it. That's right. If they're blowing it means they're almost done. All right, enough of that. Lisa says, beautiful neighborhood, just too expensive. You got that right, Lisa. Sherbert says, good morning to David. BJ says, I'm still here just trying to figure out something. Thank you, BJ. Someone says, you have an awesome singing voice, Daisy. Thank you, Sonal. Kevin says, hi, Joe Wrestling. Sonal says, hi, David. David says, hi, Sherbert. I'm stuck in traffic. Hi, David. Happy Wednesday, buddy. All done with work, right? Yay. BJ says, traffic. Yes, we have a lot of traffic. Lisa says, yes, she does, Sonal. I agree. Thank you, Lisa. John P. Hey, John. John's talking to David. Kevin says, hi, Sherbert. Mom Dog. BJ says, hi, John P. John P says, BJ's brother, you awake? Mom Dog, $5. $5. Oh, my God. Mom Dog, thank you. Mom Dog, thank you. What a sweet girl. Oh, my God, Molly, thank you. That's so kind of you. Thank you so much. David says, hey, John P. Uncle Larry says, hey, John P. Someone says, when I try to sing, I get made fun of, but I don't pay attention. In case you're wondering what that noise is, David says, hey, John P. Uncle Larry says, hey, John P. Someone says, when I try to sing, I get made fun of, but I don't pay attention. Yeah, just sing your heart out. Just sing it. Don't worry about what other people say. BJ says, barely awake. Sherbert says, hi, Mom Dog with love. Cabin says, hi, Lisa. Someone says, Mom Dog is so generous. Yeah, Mom Dog is sweet, too. Very kind. Thank you so much. Sherbert says, hi, Joe. BJ says, my weekend starts now. Yahoo! Yay, BJ. Have a good weekend. Nice long weekend. Awesome. Joe says, hi, Sherbert. Mom Dog says, you're welcome very much. Aw, thank you, Mom Dog. I have to pin you because that's so sweet. David says, John, why are our drivers dangerous here? Uncle Larry says, everyone is working for the weekend. Everybody's working for the weekend. Cabin says, hi, Mom Dog. Uncle Larry says, hey, Roll Calls Cabin. Cabin says, hey, Uncle Larry. BJ says, no. When she's at work, it's my weekend. Oh. BJ, no, when she's at work, it's my weekend. That's too funny. Lisa says, hi, Cabin. Someone says, BJ, LOL. BJ, haha. That's funny. I like it. Adrian says, hey, John P. Adventures. John says, hey, Daisy sis. Lisa says, hi, David. Cabin says, hope everyone's doing well on this hump day. Yeah, happy hump day, everybody. Wednesday, June 4th, 2025. John says, hey, mom dog. BJ says, my time to do whatever I want to. That's right, BJ. Enjoy. Someone says, my favorite joke of all time is the Super Mario joke, the soft drink joke. I don't know what that is, Sonal. John says, BJ's went bed in the morning. Shipper sending love. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. BJ says next week is another short weekend. She has 4 days off, rat. Oh, BJ, you're too fun. Stolen says Super Mario's favorite soft drink is 1-Up. I like it, 1-Up. Shiver laughs. John says just arrived from the beach, a bit windy. BJ says 1-Up. LOL. When Larry sings, I change my name again. I like it, Larry, when Larry sings. We gotta pin that so everybody knows that's you. Cabin says, BJ, you sound like you're married. Yeah, he does. John says, haha, BJ's. John says, hey, Cabin, what love? BJ says, I know, and up. BJ says 7-Up. Most people drink 7-Up. You get the 1-Up reference though to the Mario, right? John says, hey, John P. When Larry sings it, but you can still call me Larry. All right, Larry. Thank you, Larry. Shipper Rock Solid Pants should have a premiere at 9:30. I thought I would drop the link. Thank you. Yes. Is it 9:30 my time or a different time zone? John says, Adrian, big hugs. Share says, hi, Larry. Sola says, hi, Adrian. John says, Larry sings connected with you, brother. Love the name change, Larry. Yes, I love the name change too. Thanks, John, says Larry. I think Central Time, I think she's in Arkansas. Oh, thank you, Share Bear. So that would be 10:30 my time. So it's coming up. Okay. Kevin says, hi, Larry. Lisa says, like 57. Oh, thank you, everybody. Thank you, like 57. Thank you. That's so sweet. Thank you, everybody. We're going to hang out just a little bit longer. We will be back tonight for crosswords puzzles. I just am not sure about Scrabble yet. I'm hoping we can get out on the golf cart, but we'll see how it goes. Someone says, I surrender. I'm just going to leave the typo alone. There you go. Just leave it alone, Solo. Just leave it alone. I like it. BJ says, where's this at? Looks like harbor somewhere. This is Florida. This is Florida. Larry says, yeah, I live in Arkansas. My time is 9:12. Thank you, Larry. Someone says, trips. Money 420. Money 420. Hi, Money. BJ says, Florida. Trips and Coffee says, hi. Hi, Trips and Coffee. Money 420 says, hey, Daisy and Chad. Hi, Money 420. How you doing? Trips and Coffee, how are you today? Someone says, hi, Trips. Lisa says, Sono, you're great the way you are. He is. We love Sono just the way he is. He's perfect. Sono says, hi, Money. BJ says, 712 here on the west coast of Canada. Nice. Larry says, hey, Trips, welcome. Cabin says, hey, Money 420. Sono says, Lisa, thanks. Sherbert says, Money 420, good morning. Trips and Coffee says, I'm well, and how are you? Trips and Coffee, I'm also good, thank you. What a cute name for a channel. Money says, good morning, everyone. Just pulled up to drop a like and say, what's up? Thank you, Money. Thank you. Cabin says, hi to Trips. Trips and Coffee says, thank you. Bella's mom. Hi, Tori. Bella's mom says, good morning, Miss Daisy and Chad. Everybody say hi to Bella's mom. Sherbert says, good morning, Bella's mom and Trips and Coffee. Cabin says, good morning to Tori. Lisa dropped the link for Trips and Coffee. Thank you, Lisa. You're so helpful. Thank you so much. Trips and Coffee says, good morning, Share Bear. Sono says, hi, Tori. Bella's mom says, good morning, Share Bear, roll calls, and Sono. Welcome, welcome, everybody, and good morning, good morning, good morning. Sono says hi to Tori. Trips and Coffee says, good morning, Share Bear. Bella's mom says, good morning, Share Bear. Roll call and Sono. Trips and Coffee says, it's a great place. Thank you, Trips and Coffee. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Dundee in the gym. Hi, Dundee. Hey, buddy, how are you? Good morning. Mary. Mary, good morning, Daisy. Good morning, Mary. You won a membership. You were gifted a membership, Mary. Welcome, welcome. Bella's mom says, morning, Trips, welcome to the live stream. Larry says, Trips, very nice videos. BJ says, everyone is invited to my premiere today and Friday too. BJ, what time is it? And what time zone is it? Joe says, hello, Bella's mom. Bella's mom says, good morning, Mary. Larry says, hey, Tori. Kevin says, hi, Mary. Mary says, good morning to Tori. Joe says, hi, Dundee. Hey, Dundee, how you doing today, buddy? Bella's mom says, good morning, Larry. Lisa says, Trips and Coffee. Hi, I just subbed. Someone says, hi, Dundee. Sherbert says, BJ's Misadventures. When is it today? Bella's mom says good morning to Joe. Um, Trips and Coffee says thank you to Lisa. Joe says I just subbed to you, Bella's mom. BJ says at 1 p.m. Pacific time. 1, 2, 3. So that's 4 o'clock my time. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, 4 o'clock, BJ. 4 o'clock Eastern time. Mary says hello, Roll Call's Cabin. Larry says I subbed to Trips. Cabin says good morning to Dundee. Dundee says I'm still half asleep. BJ says it's a short one. Bella's mom says I can't go live yet, but I'm working on something special. Thank you, Bella's mom. Mary says, how are you, Daisy? Oh, Mary, I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. How are you today? Mary, all you guys head over to the post tab and play the daily games. And they go way back, way over a month ago. So please go and play them. I worked very hard on making the games, you guys. Please go play them under the post tab. Thank you, Mary. I hope you're doing good. Bella's mom says, thank you, Joe. Dundee says, hi, roll call. Larry says, so Trips, are you from North Carolina? Someone says, I left a comment on Trips shorts. Joe says, I'm glad you're doing good today, Daisy. Thank you, Joe. Joe Wrestling is always such a kind person. BJ says, do you mind if I post the link? You go right ahead, BJ. You go right ahead and do that. Mary says, I'm doing good. Aw, good, Mary. And I'm so glad that you were gifted a membership. BJ dropped a link. Thank you, BJ. Thank you. Bella's mom said, Mary, this is Tori. BJ says, today's premiere. Thank you, BJ. Everybody check out BJ's Misadventures. New premiere today at 1 o'clock Pacific time. And coming up in just 10 minutes is Rock Solid Passion premiere. So please, if you guys can check that out too. BJ says, thank you. You're welcome. You are welcome. Mary says, hello, Tori. Bella's mom says, morning, BJ. Thank you, everyone. 60 likes. Holy mackerel. And we have 16 people in the house. Still, thank you, everybody. Wow, thank you. Larry says, I subbed to BJ. BJ says, good morning to Bella. Bella says, good morning to BJ. Mary says, hello, Tori. Mary says, how are you doing, Tori? Phoenix. Phoenix, you won a gift membership. Phoenix Fireside. She's got like 61. Thank you, young lady. Thank you. How are you, Phoenix? Everybody say hello to my friend Phoenix Fireside. You guys know her. She's so beautiful and so wonderful, and she's so real, and that's what I love about her. Here we go with the blowers, you guys. Stonewall says, hi, Dolly. Bella's mom says, Mary, doing well. Garden is growing so fast. Phoenix Fireside says, good morning, most beautiful Daisy May and lovely chat. Sorry I'm late. I've been ill. Peace and blessings. I love you. You've been ill? Oh, how are you feeling today, Dolly? I'm so sorry you've been ill. Peace and blessings to you, Phoenix Fireside, young lady. Shearbear says, hi, Phoenix. Larry says, hey, Fireside. BJ says, be sure to check my new shorts. I did a bunch of them over the weekend. Will do. Definitely will do. Joe says, hey, Phoenix. Bella's mom says, good morning, Phoenix. BJ says, they are cute. Roll calls cabin says, I see BJ. Shearbird says, hey, Phoenix. I hope you're feeling better. Dolly, I hope you're feeling better. Phoenix says, sorry. Oh, I got you there. Oh, no, sorry I'm late. I slept a lot. I went to the hospital, but I'll be on the mend and everything will be good. Just need time. I'm doing my rounds to see my friends. Oh, hi, Phoenix. You went to the hospital. I'm so sorry. You just need time. Okay, my friend. I hope you're doing better. Everybody, send some love and prayers to Phoenix Fireside, please, and thank you. Stats. Hey, Stats. She says, howdy, Daisy Mae. Howdy, Stats. How you doing? Welcome, welcome. Larry says, I love nature videos. Oh, me too. BJ says, thanks. Leave a comment, so I'm pleased to find you. Sure. I hear a plane. You guys hear it? Stats, hope you are better quickly. Yeah, she's talking to Phoenix. Me too. I hope you're feeling better, Phoenix. Cabin says, Phoenix, hope you get to feeling better. Cabin says, hi, Stats. Phoenix says, I just want everyone to know it's all going to be good. All going to be fine, but that's where I will be. But that I love you and I support you. Thank you, Phoenix, and we love and support you too. We hope that you're doing better. Joe says, you have my prayers, Phoenix. Daisy and everyone, I have to go, and you guys have a great day. Bye, Joe Wrestling. Thank you so much. Thanks for stopping in. Hit the like button, everybody, on your way in or your way out. Thank you. Sherbert says, good morning to Stats. Sono says, hi, Stats. BJ says, what airplane? Yeah, it's above the clouds. I can hear it. Echo says, gotta run. Everyone, please have a blessed day. I will be live at noon Eastern time. Thank you. Noon, you guys, for Echo. BJ says, anyone who knows me will laugh. Bella says, sending prayers and positive vibes your way, Phoenix. Absolutely. Love and prayers to Phoenix. Phoenix says, hey, Stats. Hey, Stats. Stats says, hi to Roll Call's cabin. Phoenix says, hey, Stats. Sending love and prayers around to everybody, yes. And don't forget, when Larry sings, is now our friend Uncle Larry. Bella's mom says, morning, Stats. BJ says, in case anyone doesn't know, I'm deaf. I did not know that, BJ. Phoenix says, Bella's Coco, Sherbert love. Thank you, Phoenix. Shorts. Mary says, go. I have to go. Have an awesome day, Daisy and Chat. Thank you, Mary. Mary, thank you so much for being here. I hope you have a great day. And you're a member now, so please go over to the post tab and play the games, especially the emoji pick poll. Please, members, go play. BJ says, that's why I make jokes about people commenting on sounds and noises that I don't hear. BJ, that's pretty cool. That's funny. Good that you can make light of it. Cabin says, Mary, have a great day. Stats says, hey, BJ's Misadventures. Hi, everybody. All right, folks, we have to take off. We have to get our day started. Phoenix says, hi, Mary. Roll call, Larry. Hey, all. Devin, hey, Devin. We're just getting ready to say goodbye. We will be back later this afternoon. If we don't play Scrabble, I'm hoping we can go for a golf cart ride, and you guys could go with us. We'll let you know how that goes. We will be back tonight for crossword puzzles, and hopefully Scrabble later. BJ says, hi, Phoenix. So thank you, everyone, for all the love. Thank you for the donation. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you for spending Wednesday morning with me. We will be back this afternoon, either in the golf cart for a ride or playing Scrabble. I hope to see you then, everyone. Have a wonderful day. I love you guys so much. Mom Dog says, take care, everyone. Phoenix using emojis. Thank you. Mom Dog, go use those emojis. Lisa says, everyone have a great day. Hope the rain stops. Thank you, Lisa. We have to get you a membership, Lisa. A couple other of you guys all deserve them, and I want you to get them, so we're going to work on that. All right, folks. Stats says, hi, Bella. Have a good day, everyone. We'll be back this afternoon and tonight. We'll see you then. I love you all so much. Happy Wednesday. Lisa says, I'm trying. I'm trying to, Lisa. We're going to get it. We're going to get it. Somehow we're going to do it. I love you guys. Your jokes are cool, says Larry. Yeah, his channel's really cute. I was watching it, too. We have new friends. Phoenix says, hi to Kaleidoscope. All right, folks. We'll see you on the flip side this afternoon. I love you all so much. Have a good day, everybody. Sherba says, love you all. Have a blessed day. BJ says, have a great day, everyone, and thanks for the morning awakening. Phoenix says, peace and blessing, lots of love. May everybody have a blessed day. Lisa says, love to Daisy. Thank you, Lisa. And don't forget, Rock Solid Passion is live in 1 minute. Rock Solid Passion. Go help them out with some watch time. Thanks, everybody. I love you all. See you around.